Hey, it's Vic here from the Chew Crew, and I'm here to talk to you about, you guessed it, Wawa. Now, we've been talking about Wawa for I don't know how many episodes, but every time we talk about it, we talk about the munchies, we talk about sandwiches, but today I'm going to talk to you about coffee because everybody drinks coffee. Well, almost everybody. But now, Wawa apparently is brewing Guatemalan coffee, 100% Guatemalan coffee. I would give you a review of it, but I can't drink any because I'm in California. So, what better way for me to taste 100% Guatemalan coffee from Wawa than for Wawa to open a store out here in California? So, there you have it. I just gave you something you can't have in California, and I don't know any other way to get it other than flying back to New Jersey or Philadelphia. And I think they open in Florida too, but I'm not sure about that. But anyway, point being is hashtag West Coast Wawa. Um, enjoy the coffee that we can't have. Thanks, Wawa. Please come out here to California.
Welcome to episode 81 of Chew on This, a Nerds United podcast. I'm BJ.
Vic.
It's magic. Don't sue me, please. Don't sue me.
All right, so this is our chew on this gets magical, and what it is what is it? 7 or 8 parts?
Seven parts. If we're
So-
going by the books,
Yeah. Well, no, we're going by the movies.
we're going by the movie, so it's going to be in 8 parts, or we could just supersize the 7
Yeah,
part.
so this is our Harry Potter revisiting. We thought it'd be cool to go back and just watch Harry Potter all over again, all 8 movies, and see what we see. And so just to understand this is that we're not we've read the books too. We're not gonna talk about the fact that it's explained in the book. This is strictly for the movies. So the things that we're gonna say in this podcast only have to do with the movies.
Right.
These answers will happen in the probably in the novel if you haven't read them, but we are reviewing kind of semi-reviewing this or going back to it and revisiting it solely just on the movie itself. If it's not in the movie, it doesn't count.
Right.
Okay, so
Exactly.
right off the bat, I think I can end this movie in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Or yeah, either end the movie or Harry is on a completely
Different adventure.
Yeah, he's
Sliding
like
door
he's
situation.
Like the Flash. This is like the Flash point, Harry point,
Harry Point.
Harry point, Potter point.
Potter Point. Harry.
It's so the part that I'm talking about is right where Harry is sitting down before the Sorting Hat, and he just keeps repeating, "Not Slytherin, not Slytherin, not Slytherin." And while I'm watching this, I was like, "What if he didn't say that?" And then the Sorting Hat's like Slytherin, and then like Harry Potter goes to Slytherin, and him and fucking like Malfoy becomes like best friends.
He's sucking his thumb in the corner of the bedroom.
They're both like best. Malfoy and Harry end up being like best friends. They even have like an '80s sitcom like theme
The Odd
song.
Couple.
And it's like, and that's Voldemort comes back and the end of the world happens. Completely different like Flash Potter point.
They're like,
verse.
you're the chosen one. He's like, yeah. What does that mean? Do I get a check?
Yeah. So
what did I win?
I know you had a couple things you were thinking about too when you were
Well,
watching this movie.
okay. So the number 37, and if you're like a Kevin Smith fan at all, so let me explain. Preface this by saying that the beginning of the movie, Harry Potter is like just completely shit on. I mean, they shove him under the fucking stairs, they kick the door in, and then particles of dust falls in his mouth while he's sleeping. Yeah. So like, anyway, he's kind of grown up. He's turned 11 or whatever he's about to, and they go to the zoo and talks to that snake and all that shit. Right. So which was really cool because that was set up for something way cooler down the line. But then they get back home and, or was it before they? Oh, you know what? It was before they went to the zoo. They were at home, yelling about, because they said, Dudley, we got you 37
Yeah, right.
presents,
Presents,
right?
right? Yeah.
And he's like, 37? Last year I had 37 or something like, no, last year I had 30.
He had more last year.
You're right. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I'm totally fucking up the joke. But so he goes, yeah, they're like, we're going to buy you 2 more and one, and whatever. And so I'm just sitting there. I'm like, 37, 37. God, I've seen that. I've read that number so many times. What? And then I remembered Clerks, because there's a part in the movie where he's like, well, how many guys did you go down on? And she's like, including you, 37 or something. He's like, I'm 37.
And the ongoing joke in Clerks was, my girlfriend's like 37
7
dicks.
dicks.
And they're like, today?
Today. And she's like, I'm leaving. He's like, don't trip in the parking lot and fall on another dick.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to think about watching Harry Potter.
No, it's a kid movie. And and I'm thinking 37. That number sounds so familiar. Anyway, can you imagine just Harry Potter just living on the streets?
If you got into
You're 37.
if you got into Ravenclaw instead.
Yeah. Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome to Hufflepuff.
Let's see. One of the other things I was thinking about was Neville. And I was like, you know what? I'm not sure I would have been one of those kids not making fun of Neville. I think I would have been making fun of Neville too. I don't think I would have been Slytherin.
Especially everybody gets 50 points and they give him 5 at the end or something.
Yeah.
You
10.
piece of shit.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm man enough to say that at that age, I probably would have made fun of Neville.
Oh,
too.
big time.
And then
Neville
keeping on Neville, remember the scene where they're supposed to be flying the broomsticks for the first time, and he fucking takes off. And watching it this time, I don't know why this never occurred to me. I'm like, why didn't that teacher do like a levitation spell instead of just watching him fall?
Watch him break his.
Think about the height that he fell from. He fell from like a 3-story building.
Listen, she has tenure.
Yeah, but she just basically just watched him fall, because remember, they're all surrounding.
She could have caught him with some sort of spell, like net spell.
They're all surrounding the area where he's about to fall, right?
Yeah.
All the kids.
Yeah.
But the teacher comes in off camera, so she stood back there and didn't even fucking follow Neville and try to catch him.
Get on the broom and go after him.
Exactly, or use the wand, right? Because this is fucking Hogwarts, right? And just fucking watched him. He could have, instead of breaking his forearm, he could have fell and broke his fucking neck. And I found that that's an ongoing theme in this movie, where the teachers don't give a shit about the kid's safety at all.
They don't give a shit about Neville, because in the second movie, when we get to it, shit happens to him there too.
But I'm just talking about straight teacher-student negligence. Is what I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about the fact that this is like a magical school. I'm talking the fact that you could imagine if you're Neville's fucking parents, who you can't be because they're in a fucking they're vegetables basically. But imagine you are Neville's father, right?
Right.
And you find out that he got into a broomstick accident, right? And you find out that he fell, and then the first thing I would do is well, was your wand not working? Why didn't you stop him? That's why did you just watch my fucking son fall? I almost fall from his death.
She's like, you can't prove that. They're like, yeah, we can. We'll pull that little string out of those kids'
exactly,
heads,
exactly.
and we'll throw it in that pensive, and we'll know you didn't do shit.
Exactly. And like I said, the whole theme of teacher negligence is in this movie.
It's run rampant through the books.
Yeah,
look at Voldemort. They let him do whatever the fuck he wanted to do.
Well, all right. You know what? Let's stay on that negligence thing, because I'm going to jump all over the place, because everybody's seen this fucking movie. So one of the other things is that Dumbledore is the worst fucking principal ever. He's not there for the major things that are going wrong, right? But not only that, but he fucking full. Okay, so he does the like.
He's getting mad.
Yeah, I'm getting mad at this because like there's kids involved, right? So imagine like the leader of ISIS, I don't even know who the fuck that is, right? Is trying to find a nuclear warhead, right? And you're one of the most powerful people on earth. So for some reason, you're a principal in a school, right? And you're the principal of the school, and you know, like the leader of ISIS is looking for a nuclear warhead. So what do? You don't put it in like your own house. You don't put it in like a government facility. You don't do it. What do? You bring it to the fucking school that you're a fucking principal at. And that's what fucking Dumbledore did. He brings the fucking Sorcerer's Stone into the school knowing full well that Voldemort was going to fucking go after it. And what does he do to protect it? He fucking puts a dog, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's a three-headed dog, but whatever, right? It's a fucking dog, right?
Right.
Then the next thing is flying broom,
No,
flying keys.
seaweed,
Oh, right, that thing,
or
right?
or a big quiche bowl or
Yeah,
something.
whatever that
Big
is,
bowl of
that can be defeated by sunlight.
or just
Or
sitting
not
still.
giving a shit, right? So a stone person could have fucking defeated the devil's snare. The second thing is the flying keys.
The third
with
was the flying
broomstick.
keys. Yeah.
Here's my question to Dumbledore: why even put the fucking key in that room?
have them fly around.
Why not just keep the key in your fucking pocket? Put it in your fucking pocket. You're actually like, and you make it very obvious because the key that's like there.
Well, that wasn't. He didn't do that. Whoever went before him, which was Voldemort, found the key.
Yeah, but because the fucking key was in the room.
The key was, and then you knew which key it was because the wing was damaged and it was
right.
like,
But that's like I'm gonna lock you in a room, but like
It was
I'm
at
gonna just hang a whole
he
shit
was
ton
at
of
a
keys.
business trip. He was at some gay club when all this stuff was happening.
Like
he
then the third
disappeared.
thing-
I
the
mean, we're
third
going
thing-
too far. But
Yeah. The third thing is it's a chess game. Those are the three things.
they all play to each kid's strengths.
But
right?
again,
how do they know that the kids were going to be playing on it, getting through all that?
how? But as a principal, why would you bring that into your school? Like if you found out that your kid's school, right? Your kid's school, your principal decides to bring a nuclear warhead to hide it in there to keep it away from ISIS. You're like, why the fuck did you bring it in a school?
That's something.
How is Dumbledore
That's
still the
something our
fucking
president would
headmaster?
totally do?
Oh, yeah.
He'd totally do that now. No, you're right. The teachers, the negligence that goes on between the teachers and administration
And that's just
are
Dumbledore. Dumbledore. What
He
about
doesn't. How many books does he fuck Harry over? Big time.
what about the fact that the first thing that Dumbledore says to all the new students is you can't go into the Forbidden Forest, especially at night. So what happens when fucking Harry gets detention?
He sends
They
him
go
out
into
there.
the fucking woods at night. That's his detention. Not sitting like helping like what the fuck is his name? Who's the groundskeeper? Hagrid.
Finch.
Hagrid.
Okay.
Hagrid.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you're not helping Hagrid
Filch
just
is the
like
other
clean up like dog shit during the day, away from the Forbidden Forest, right? No, your fucking detention is you go in the fucking Forbidden Forest.
Right.
How fucking what the hell is that?
I don't know.
The one place that Dumbledore tells you not to go, that's where you send
That's
the kids.
where you
for
send the
then-
kids. Yeah. Hey, they're trying to. They're serious.
And how about
they're serious
fact-
about their
and-
consequences.
And I know Snape has a huge backstory, right? He has. There's
Oh, yeah. We don't know that yet.
But again, teacher negligence, right? He found out that fucking Quirrell was trying to kill a student. A teacher was trying to kill another student, and he doesn't say anything about it.
Nope. He's just like.
He just lets it go.
He's like, all right, go back to your room.
Just lets it go. Again, using the same scenario here. If you found out that there was a teacher trying to kill your kid in the school, and the other teacher was like, "Well, I stopped him."
I stopped him. It's okay.
Yeah, I
don't worry
stopped
about
him.
it.
Don't worry. I'm keeping my eyes on him. And he's still teaching at this fucking school. The fuck is that about?
I don't know, but it's not that far off. It really isn't that far off from the real world. I just thought it was freaky. I'm going back a little bit because I'm thinking through the movie in my mind, like from beginning to end. And but I just thought about when they're holed up in this hut in the middle of the ocean, and which I don't know how they got there. They don't have a boat.
Oh yeah, the lighthouse.
Yeah, they're like staying in there, and that place was a fucking dump.
Yeah, there's no boat.
There's no boat. I'm like, how did they get there? But Hagrid like hits the door and beats it down, and I'm thinking to myself, man, if I had a gun, that dude would be dead. I would just shoot that guy. And I think the Dursleys do come run down the stairs with a gun, but they just like hold it out like morons, and he bends it to shoot the thing. But I mean, if I saw this like huge giant break through the door, I'd probably scream like a little girl. I'd be like, ah,
And then shoot it.
and then shoot
Right in
and
the
burn it
fucking
with
face.
fire.
Right in the fucking face.
And then there's another scene where they finally like he does some weird shit to the brick wall, and the brick wall opens up, and they go into Diagon Alley, and they go into Gringotts, and you find out that Harry Potter is like fucking rich, right?
Yeah.
I'd be like, dude, let me make a deposit, like withdraw right now, all this shit. But wait, is there like a money currency trader or something like that? Like you can't do anything with those coins unless you go to fucking Diagon Alley. You can't go to Best Buy and buy a TV with those gold coins.
Yeah, I don't think J.K. Rowling was thinking about Harry Potter coins for Best Buy.
Yeah. Imagine like you're on welfare in
they're
Harry Potter
gold.
world.
They're gold coins, though. They're all gold.
I guess they could
pieces,
melt
I
them
think.
down, but what if they're like just bronze painted gold or some shit? Like in Harry Potter world, clay is worth like $1,000, an ounce or some shit.
There's a lot of things that, like, before we go into the next thing, there's a lot of things in this movie. Again, just the movie itself that just don't make any fucking sense. Like on its core level, just don't make. And I love this movie. I love.
Oh,
all
I
Harry
love this
Potter
movie
movies.
too.
They just don't make any sense whatsoever. Like again, I'm jumping all over the place, but remember the troll scene when Harry and Ron did the troll scene. So there's a part where she like runs in, like, and I understand as a kid she like goes into the stall.
The stall, yeah.
Right. And I was like, okay, that's the only place you could hide, right? But then she runs out of the stall and runs under the sink that's only like 1.5 feet from the
Like,
wall.
he can't see me.
If I stand, he's like the troll's like a T-Rex. If I stand still, it can't see
He
me.
can't see me.
I'll just shine a flashlight in its fucking eye. So, but she hides under the sink, and I'm like, well, he can clearly fucking see you.
And he's got a huge club that's gonna
Right.
eat through that like tissue paper. It's gonna nail you in the head.
I just thought it never occurred to me, like, why the fuck did you hide under the sink? You were better off like just running
Ready
right
toward
at
him and slide under him.
Yeah, like
Samwise. I was gonna say, so leading up to the flying part, I remember the Marem Brawl or whatever that's called.
yeah.
And like, it glows red when you've forgotten something, and he's just like he's holding it and turns red, and he's like, only he's like, yeah, I forgot something, and only I've forgotten what it was. It's like you're such a moron. What would you? Okay, so if you had a remember all, how often would you use that thing? And can you use it multiple times, or you have to use it for one fucking one thing you got to remember? Like, okay, you tell the remember all. The wife said I have to pick up milk at the grocery store, and then you go to the grocery store. It turns red, and you're like, "What the fuck was I gonna?" Oh well, I need cookies. I need chips.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing
need Pepsi.
that's one of the things I thought about this movie too. Like because of the remember all and the fact that owls deliver mail. I was like, you guys use magic, but you guys use a lot of stupid fucking shit for things that that Muggles have clearly like bested you in.
Right.
Like fucking turn on a computer and send an email. Right? How about
how much could that owl really carry?
Yeah,
man?
exactly. Right? And like how fast actually is it?
She orders like a
But the remember all thing too, like get a post-it note and just send it to her. Or fucking send him an email and says, "Hey, Neville, you forgot this."
That thing is heavy. I mean, it's good size too. Where are you gonna put that? You can't put it in your front pocket.
First of all, it's like laced in gold and made of crystal. It looks like how fucking expensive is this thing? It's like
it can remember one thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't even remember the thing. It just tells you that you forgot something. It doesn't even. It's not like Siri. It doesn't tell you.
You forgot to pay your bills.
Exactly. Meanwhile, like us
checks
Muggles,
are bouncing.
us Muggles have everything like that on an iPhone. Like I basically have an owl and a fucking remember all in my iPhone. Siri is my remember all. And my fucking email app is my fucking owl. And also it delivers too because I got an Amazon app on this fucking phone too. So there you go. What the fuck? Just because you got a magic wand you can't just understand that a thing that could shit and die or get eaten by another bigger bird might not deliver my mail.
Can you see like people becoming like poachers?
I
You
mean,
know, they're
I've
like
seen
they see like things fly by with
yeah,
packages, like, oh, it's a Blu-ray player, shoot it down.
like
I
there
need
could be
that.
like there's snakes out there that eat birds like the size of
Oh
owls,
yeah, yeah.
right? What if I'm like ordering from Amazon? I really need this fucking like Amazon Prime shipping, and that my fucking delivery owl gets eaten by a snake. How am I gonna get known
Because it
this?
stopped to take a shit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. How am I? And the fucking bird shitting all over my box. Because that's how yeah, because it's carrying it like right
Right?
there, it's shitting all over my fucking box, and I'm like, and then like it finally gets delivered by another owl. It's fucking crushed from the snake, and I got owl shit all over it.
You're like, I got it within 5 days, or within a
Yeah,
week, and you lived across town.
because like
Thanks.
insurance is for getting 2-day owl is like $99. Because they always get fucking eaten or the talons like ruin whatever's on the inside, like say you're getting like a Fabergé egg delivered and the talons of the owl like pierce the box and like fucking break your Fabergé egg and you didn't buy the $99 insurance and you're fucking screwed.
It's like how long would the owls work every day? Like 2 hours a day.
Like,
So
what
like,
if I was ordering something from fucking China? Like, how does that thing fly overseas?
it
How does
pa-
an owl fly
it
overseas?
passes on from owl to owl.
Oh, it's like an owl relay system.
An owl relay system. Yeah, it's just a nest with a bunch of owls going like, oh shit.
What if one of the owls is? What if it's like mating season over there?
It'll take extra long for your package to arrive.
And then you gotta pay. Then you gotta check that box off at checkout so that I can make sure that it's non-mating season owl that delivers my package.
Oh man. What about one of the things I remembered also pretty vividly was when Harry sees his parents in that mirror. I can't remember what the hell is that mirror called now. I don't remember. But anyway, he like looks in the mirror and he sees his parents, and so he runs and wakes up Ron. Which these kids wake each other up all the time. Like, like when my friends, like if I was staying the night at someone's house and I shook them and went, "Get up, we need you," I would be punched in the face. I literally would. I'd be punched in the face and kicked out.
Especially since like your school is always being attacked. You need to sleep.
Yeah, you got to sleep.
Because again, the teachers don't give a shit about you at this school.
Don't.
That's the Hogwarts tagline. Hogwarts, we don't give a shit about your kids.
It's a really small, like writing like the Santa Claus.
It says,
It's
"Fuck
like
your
really
kids."
small.
I don't give a shit. Detention in the Forbidden Forest.
Yeah, they're making quilts for the owls to deliver to the. They're making Afghans.
They're not even
Billy. What is it?
They're all
Happy
that's
Gilmore.
how-
Happy Gilmore.
That's how they make remember-alls.
But like little old ladies like making them for like 2 cents an hour. Today's arts and crafts.
Oh, the remember-all. Okay, you made me think of Neville. So that right after that same scene, Malfoy throws the remember-all and in a straight line, and Harry just
Far,
flies
too.
and catches it. And I was like thinking like this is a little bit unbelievable because like she didn't see how far he actually came from. She just saw the fact that she caught a ball.
He stopped on a swivel.
In midair, and I was like, okay. And then you come to find out that because you think he's in trouble, that now all of a sudden he's the starting seeker for Gryffindor, and I'm like
Right.
thinking like that's the equivalent of like saying like you see a kid like hit a fly with a fly swatter. And then all of a sudden he's batting fourth in your high school baseball team. And like because they had to have had a seeker beforehand, right?
Yeah.
And imagine you're that seeker, right? And then you get told you're not going to be starting 5 minutes before the game is that day because some kid caught a fucking remember-all in gym class. Wait, I'm not batting fourth because that guy killed a fucking fly with a fly swatter?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, have you seen him like actually run the bases or what's it? You know, have you ever seen him
Does
hit a
he know which way
baseball?
to go?
Has he ever played baseball? No, he's done none of that. He's only killed this fly. Okay, he's batting fourth. You know, and then like again, this guy, Harry kid, fucking catches a fucking ball in gym class, and all of a sudden he's starting varsity. He's fucking 11 years old. He's fucking 11. And then of a game he's never even fucking heard
Never
of
played.
or played.
Well, they didn't show
And
them
then-
practicing, but
They didn't practice. They didn't
He
practice.
can catch
So
things well.
here's the timeline of events for his fucking Quidditch, right? He catches a ball in gym class. He becomes starting seeker for a game that day, right? And then he's nervous about it, and Hermione comforts him by saying like, "Hey, your dad was really good at it."
Right.
But he's never. That's like saying
That's like Jimi Hendrix's kid
like-
is like, am I ever going to be as good as dad? Like, no, go
well,
away.
But in that scenario, you're Jimi Hendrix's like long lost son, right? And you've never picked up a guitar in your entire life.
Right.
You played guitar band, and all of a sudden you're fucking you're opening act for fucking the Beatles reunion, right? And you've never picked up a guitar. You're gonna suck.
He just got on a broom one time.
Yeah.
Almost fell off a couple
Right.
times.
So then he becomes a starting seeker, and then you know he finds out that his dad's gonna make him a good fucking seeker.
Right.
Right? Of a game that he's never played or heard of. and then what's his face? The captain of the team takes him out and shows him the 3 different types of balls, right?
Right.
Doesn't run him through drills.
Nope.
Doesn't do anything, just like here's my balls.
Harry's like, you got a lot of balls.
Here's the big ball. Here's the medium-sized ball that has a mind of its own. And then here's this little tiny ball, which is the quick little ball that you're gonna have to go after.
He's like, that's gold.
So he's
bitch.
like, so Harry didn't even ask. He's like, so am I gonna like, you know, how does this work? And then the scene's over. He doesn't
Right.
ask a question. And then the very next scene for it is he's all dressed up, ready to play Quidditch.
right.
And so he's supposed to like seek this ball that's around the stadium,
About the size of a golf ball, right? The snitch.
right, the snitch. He doesn't fucking move an inch. He's
He
sitting
just-
on his broom and
he
he's
just-
just watching
he's
this
just-
shit go
right.
on. He's just watching this action, right? And all of a sudden, the fucking snitch comes up at him, and then he's like, "Oh, I better go get it." So what was happening at that point in time was
He
what
was
you would
scratching his
imagine-
balls.
Which would you imagine like if you put somebody in starting varsity of a game they've never heard of or played before, he would just basically stand there. And that's what he fucking did, right? He does
I'll
that.
just wait for the action to come to me,
That
and then
stadium is gigantic. It could have been hiding anywhere, and it just fucking plops down right in front of
that
Harry's
was a little
face.
convenient.
And then he
was a
actually
little
beats the other
convenient.
guy by like basically putting it in his mouth. He puts the he chokes on the golden stitch, but the part again, it's so unreal. Like fly swatter guy hits a game-winning home run in the 9th inning.
And the other kids had like the fans. Oh no, that's in the next one.
Oh, and where the fuck are the referees in this movie? Because there's fucking cheating left and right going on in this Quidditch game.
Oh yeah, the one gets surrounded by a Slytherin. She gets nailed and hits the
Right.
wall and falls
but
down.
point blank, the one hits the other ball at the goalie, and he like almost
Oh,
dies.
it knocks him off. Yeah.
And there's no whistle.
No. They're like,
Wait,
"Keep
isn't
going."
the referee the same woman at gym class?
It is.
That explains
That
why
explains
she didn't.
everything because she doesn't pay attention
Yeah,
to
she
shit.
just doesn't give a shit. She's like, I just watched a kid break his arm today. I don't give a fuck about you guys.
I
He's like,
can
I'm
use
just
my
gonna-
wand. I can
he's like,
save you, but I don't. I choose.
I'm just
not
gonna
to.
keep watching this shit on YouTube when I get home. I'm
She's
gonna post
just
this.
like-
I'm gonna post this shit on
She's
YouTube.
just like
She's got her own like YouTube channel. It says
student
children
fails.
getting hurt, student fails, or child gets hurt.
She's just like, I could use my wand. I
Yeah,
know how.
child
I just-
gaming.
I just choose not to.
Yeah.
What a bitch. Forget what her name is. I don't like it anyway. Anyway, so back to the mirror. He sees his parents in the mirror, and then he goes and wakes up Ron. Ron's like, "What, Harry? Like, what the fuck? What you want? I was having a wet dream about Hermione." He's like, "Come on, I need to show you something." So they go and they look in the mirror, and he's like, He's like, look, there's, like basically like meet my dead parents.
Right.
They'll talk back to you. No, they're just standing there like creepily over his shoulder, and you're like, oh, get away from me. But no, he's just like, I love you, mommy. I love you, daddy. Sorry you're dead. Here's Ron, my friend. They don't give a shit, Ron. Anyway, so like you come to find out that everything that when you look in the mirror, it shows you what you desire most.
Right.
And so which plays a big deal later on in the movie. But yeah, that mirror thing was weird. What would you see if like you looked in the mirror?
Probably Knight Rider.
A Knight Rider?
Or the Tumbler.
The tumbler. I could have sworn you were gonna say a Wawa.
Oh.
But
I was thinking something so out of left field. 'Cause imagine if the Batmobile showed up in Harry Potter. You're like,
the Millennium
you're
Falcon.
Like this movie just went somewhere I didn't think it was going to go. All of a sudden, you hear Kit's voice in the background.
Yeah.
Like all right, like Kit's like, all right, fine, I'll drive you through the Forbidden Forest. It's much safer. It's much safer if you like ride with me than just walking around with another student, and a
Right.
dog.
I have missiles.
Yo, I forgot about that. I forgot about the fact. Like, not only do they send them out into the Forbidden Forest, Hagrid sends them out on them by themselves. Two fucking 11-year-olds in the Forbidden Forest.
With the dog that's like scared of its own shadow.
Exactly. Like, you might as well just fucking cut their heads off right now.
That part was pretty creepy. Like, did they come across like Voldemort pretty much chewing on a unicorn?
Yeah,
I
going
was
all
like,
vampire and shit. On a
it just
unicorn.
reminds me, it's like Starbucks just came out with a unicorn drink. Now it just like took on a whole new meaning. Now, like, I'm sucking on a unicorn.
Yeah, Voldemort actually craves Starbucks.
He's all diabetes.
Yeah, that whole and then the teachers are all surprised that somebody attacked Harry in the Forbidden Forest.
Like, it's the what is that thing you always tell me? You have one job: keep the fucking kid alive.
Like,
no, send him to the Forbidden Forest.
And then you send them with a half giant. Okay, that makes sense. But then the half giant sends them away on their own, and then you're surprised that he got fucking hurt. Like again, the thing that you think would happen when you send an 11-year-old into a deadly fucking forest at night is exactly what fucking happened. He got attacked.
And he wasn't even in Central Park.
And Dumbledore knows that Voldemort's somewhere around, and he fucking disappears. And there's this, and it's
he was
right
on a pressing matter.
It's right after McGonagall. McGonagall says Dumbledore's away.
On business or some shit.
And then Hermione's like, well, as long as Dumbledore hears you're safe. He fucking took off. Just fucking took off on business. What's more important? Like,
he can operate.
Continuing with the nuclear warhead in your school, and then you find out that the principal just like leaves. So the explanation for the principal is, well, I wanted to keep it where I was always going to be, but then I'm not going to be there anymore for a long period of time.
He's basically like, as he walks out the door, he's like, yeah, my door's unlocked, and
there's like
here's the answers
lights.
to the
There's
spells.
like neon lights that says here's the nuclear warhead.
Yeah, it's
again, I never knew how much Hogwarts hated kids until I watched this movie this time.
But see, Dumbledore could be like Yoda. Yoda didn't know what was going on under his nose, even though he's just like, the dark side clouds everything.
But
you're like, okay.
But it wasn't like he sent a shit ton of younglings into a forbidden forest. At night.
But he couldn't foresee Anakin turning bad. That was a pretty significant fucking thing.
Well, no, that's not negligence. That's just fucking blind.
It is negligence, though.
Or not being able to see, through the force.
He tells Qui-Gon, you're not gonna train this boy.
Yeah, but it didn't.
You're
say,
not.
Like, you're
And
not
then at the
train this
very
boy,
end, the council has suggested, that. I forget what it was, but I just remember Ewan McGregor making a case. Well, he wanted me. I'm going to train him anyway. And then they're like, okay, we agree with you. Like, he just totally fucking agrees with them. Anakin would never become.
I don't think it's the same thing as
I don't know, dude. I think it's negligence. But anyway,
it's not as negligent as Dumbledore.
Like Yoda touches Anakin and he like sees like
But you don't.
fire and red
But you
eyes
would
and all
never.
this shit.
You never see that though. Not
No,
in the movie. You never see it, so it
but
doesn't
you
count.
would think, damn it,
But but
Yoda. Yoda is like all knowing though.
but all
Fuck.
no. But it's not shown in the. It's not shown in the movie, so it doesn't count. You flat out know that. You flat out know that Dumbledore did this shit because they fucking say he did this shit. I'm not imagining the fact that he put the most dangerous thing that the most dangerous person was looking for in the fucking school, and then he takes off because a dog is guarding it and some fucking flying key. A dog, a flying key, and a fucking chessboard
It's
is
a
what's
vine.
protecting this thing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Little 11-year-old beat the computer.
Oh, and I can't look at Mr. Filch without thinking of the Red Wedding. I can't fucking do it.
Oh yeah.
Every time I see that guy now
Yeah.
in the Harry Potter,
I want
in the
him
Harry
to
Potters,
die.
I'm like, this motherfucker needs it. He was a dick in the movie before, but now that he plays a different character that caused the Red Wedding, I was like, fuck this guy even harder.
So the ending of this movie, I mean, so the Sorcerer's Stone, you find out, is like a source of like life. Like, in this guy that owns it or created it, he's lived 900 and something years. That's a long fucking time to
Right.
live on. To live,
Almost as old as Yoda.
right? You're right. So they're afraid if Voldemort gets a hold of that thing, he'll be able to suck the marrow out of it or something and become
just
whole again, or just
yeah.
have it. I don't know, and do whatever with it, like rub it on his chest or something.
I don't think at that point he doesn't have a chest. He's just a ghost.
He's like just licking it with his ghost tongue. He's all, "La, la, 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 la."
How is he supposed to pick it up?
I don't know. He just flies and rubs against it. So anyway, I guess they end up destroying it. And, which if I was that guy, I'm like, wait. Like,
Well,
I'm gonna die as soon as I break this thing. Let me go to the
Again-
whorehouse one more time.
again, my saying that Dumbledore is the worst principal ever. So you bring a nuclear warhead into your school, right? And you don't have the conversation before bringing it into the school, like maybe we should probably dismantle this first before bringing it in, so it's completely useless.
Well, then Nicholas Flamel would die, so that's why.
No, but you would still have the conversation with Nicholas Flamel, like, hey, I'm thinking about putting it in this school, but before I do that, do you think
Are you ready to die?
Are you okay with the fact that you don't use the stone anymore because Voldemort, like that guy's really bad, right?
Right.
And if that guy comes back, like we're all fucked. So
Give
can
me
you
your
take one for the
stone.
team? Can you take one for the team? Why didn't he have that conversation before putting all those all those kids in danger?
Why didn't he tell Harry just to begin with? Hey, guess what? Let me tell you a couple things, okay? You're the chosen one.
Yeah.
You are supposed to kill Voldemort. There are several Horcruxes. I
Yeah.
already know this, but I make you go through all this shit to figure that out later. And we know one of them is in your fucking forehead. So you're going to have to die. Good luck.
Oh, and don't be a dick to Snape.
Whatever he says it does to you, take it like a man.
take it like he actually loves you.
Yeah. So anyway, there's like we've said before, there's like 3 or 4 tasks these kids have to do in order to get to the
task.
stone.
How long were they playing chess for?
By the time they found it, it's over with. It's finished.
'cause,
Voldemort
like,
has it. It's gone.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Why is it Dumbledore back yet?
yeah. You guys have been playing chess for 20 years down here.
They're like, Dumbledore finally shows up and goes, "All right, let me finish the game."
Why couldn't it have been checkers, Dumbledore? This shit's taking forever.
It's like, what is it? We wanted to play Monopoly or some shit.
Here's my question: Why? Because there's like rocks and walls on the side. Why don't they just run around the chessboard? Because the chess pieces can't come off the board.
I don't
Because
know.
they're
Some have swords though, like you run by and it just like slices you in half.
yeah, but that's what I said. Like run up against the wall. Like they're not far.
Crawl on the wall.
Just
crawl.
Go, just don't like if there's alligators.
Do
in the
parkour.
if there's alligators in this river, right? Use the bridge.
Right.
And in this case, like, look, there's deadly chess pieces on this chessboard. Don't walk on the chessboard because when it pans out,
Yeah.
you can see that you could walk.
You can see
around
the
it.
outline. Yeah.
Because like before, like I would have been the guy like, hold on, Ron. maybe we should check to see if we can walk around it first. Because if they do the sword thing, okay, yeah, we'll
Yeah,
play the we'll
we'll
play
play the game.
chess. But let's just check all of our options first before we
Right.
stand on this chessboard.
I would sacrifice Ron. I would just like throw him in the middle and then run around real quick.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, same scenario again. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
he sacrificed
there's a lot of
himself anyway.
alligators in this river, guys. Maybe we want to try this bridge thing. I don't know. What do you think?
Like, no, let's jump over the heads.
Yeah. No, let's get into the swamp and we'll play chess.
Yeah, but so before the
For a long time,
yeah,
too.
for a really long time.
While we're trying to chase down the bad guy, let's play this long ass chess game. Just imagine in like Lethal Weapon, they're chasing the fucking guy. Like, hold on, I gotta finish this Sudoku.
Yeah. Like, come on, man. That's just like Ricky Bobby. The guy like stops. He goes get a bite to eat. He goes to the bathroom. Then gets back in the car. They're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I was hungry."
Yeah, the whole chess thing. Like, I was thinking, like, yeah, it's cool looking and they edited together nice, but I remember this time thinking like.
It was a callback too,
There's
wasn't
a
it?
really, you guys were playing chess for a really long time. How the fuck do you know that thing's still in
Chess games sometimes take if you're both good,
Yeah.
you could play for a really long time.
there? Exactly. So like, you could not have taken any long. I mean, the room.
And he's
could
a
have been
fucking 11-year-old.
exactly. He should have died right away.
Yeah.
Because imagine like.
Checkmate within like seconds.
Yeah, because like Dumbledore protecting the most dangerous thing right now, and he enchants this live wizard's chest that can't beat an 11-year-old. Maybe you want to up the difficulty setting, Dumbledore, a little bit. Stop playing on fucking easy.
Yeah, he beats that thing pretty single-handedly. I mean,
I never thought about that. Like, I never thought about the difficulty
like-
level for the chess game.
right, but what if like, Harry farts and Ron goes, "Oh," and like does this and then steps off the board onto the other piece,
I don't know.
and then the chessboard goes ape shit and kills them all.
What? Because like you know how like because it's wizard's chess, the pieces fight each other.
Right.
Well, what if Ron fucks up because he's the one that's riding on the knight?
If
the
he
horse.
messes up, it could kill Harry or Hermione.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, because so basically all the pieces are fighting the stone pieces. Like that's why Ron didn't die because it didn't swing at Ron; it swung at the horse.
Still knocked him out. It didn't look
Right.
like that would knock him out.
But the problem is that like Ron and Hermione are standing on blank spaces. So if Ron fucks up, their heads are getting cut off.
It's possible. Oh yeah. If the next move was to go there,
Yeah. Like so like it's not like
he
could,
took a risk.
he couldn't sacrifice like Hermione's spot because she actually would have died.
He's like, I really want to have sex with her later.
But I'm not
sorry,
going.
Harry.
We've been playing chess for way too long. And this game needs to fucking end already.
Yeah. I could sacrifice both of you and still make it out. So one of the tasks also, I think before that, there was a couple of, because that was the last one before you went to the mirror room. But they had like it was the dogs and music was playing already, so they were asleep,
Right.
And then there's the devil's snare,
Yep.
which we talked about that. Sunlight just opens it up,
And the fucking
or
or
sitting
the flying
still.
keys.
Yeah, then the flying keys.
Which that still does. Why put the key in the fucking room for the lock?
And
Why
as soon
even
as he,
risk that?
As soon as he grabbed it, they just like went ape shit. They started chasing him.
You know, like when Dumbledore left, he probably should have took the fucking key with him, and then like nobody could have gotten through.
That's the game over. It would have ended right there.
Right there. No, you would have saw fucking Quirrell trying to kick the door down, and he broke his foot or something.
How did Kroll know which one was the right key though?
The same way Harry did.
No, Harry noticed it because it had a bent wing.
That's probably how they noticed it.
No, that's probably how they messed it. They had to have found it to make
No,
it.
they were looking for an old key.
Like Farrell should.
No, they were trying to look for an
like
old
Professor what? Professor, I don't remember. But he had Voldemort on the back of his head.
key. Right.
But yeah, he must have went through there first. But how did he find the key? Not because the thing was bent. It wasn't like that before.
No, it was like that before. Because it's the only key that looks like that too. It's an old key. Because remember, Ron says.
Why would they have it with the gimpy wing? You go like, that's it. That's the key right there.
Again, why are even the keys in the room?
Right. It shouldn't be.
Dumbledore, take it the fuck with you. Again, problem solved.
Game over.
Yeah.
So then the last task is the one where, so each person gets left behind or whatever till finally Harry is by himself. And he comes across Professor Quirrell, that's his name, and he's looking in the mirror and he's like, yelling and all that stuff. And then he tells Harry to go look in the mirror. And Harry's the worst liar in the world. The worst liar. He's like, I see.
I'm shaking hands with Dumbledore.
I'm shaking hands with Dumbledore.
We just won the
Why
House
couldn't he
Cup.
just say, "Oh, I see my parents"? He could have just said that. That would have masked it even better.
Well, it probably didn't help that in the mirror he pinched his fucking like pant leg. Remember that he does that?
He does that. Yeah, he grabs
And
his
like
pant leg.
Quirrell is like watching.
He's
him
like,
intent-
"You got a bulge in your pocket now."
because you're looking because when you're looking at somebody else's thing, you don't see them. You actually see their reflection. And Quirrell's paying attention to this. He should have saw him pinching his leg and then like cut his fucking leg off and took the goddamn stone.
He's like whispers in his ear. He's like, "I'm sorry to say this, but did you didn't have a bulge a minute ago in your pockets? I'm not trying to be weird. I'm just saying, like, 1 second you no bulge, and then all of a sudden now you have a bulge. So I just have to ask."
Did you ever see the SNL version of Harry Potter when Lindsay Lohan was on it?
Oh, she played Hermione with her boobs sticking out. Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
Stuff. Yeah, like it doesn't. And then okay, so then he kills Quirrell by touching him, and I was like thinking that never plays again in the rest of the movies.
No, well, we're not on number 4 yet, but we'll talk about it. But there's a scene in there where he can't be hurt by him anymore because he uses his blood to resurrect him. So like now that he has Harry's blood in him, he can't be hurt.
That's why.
We figured that out like right around the 4th one.
Okay.
But anyway, in this one, it basically, because Harry's mom made this huge sacrifice to jump in front of the laser bolt before the baby would get killed. She gets killed in the process. Harry didn't die from the Horcrux or die from the death spell because she had a love spell on her. So all it did was left a scar and a piece of yeah. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. But anyway, so they eventually he touches the Quirrell dissolves and disappears, and then he's left with the stone, and then like Voldemort as a ghost like flies through him, and then he fucking. Yeah. So here's the other thing, another running like joke or whatever that I have with Harry Potter. Every single movie, Harry Potter is unconscious and wakes up in the hospital or wakes up somewhere. Every fucking movie, something happens. Oh yeah. Whether it's in Quidditch or whether the Dementors or whether,
at some point.
At some point in the movie, he gets knocked out and he wakes up in the hospital. Like dozens of times this happens. Harry is a fucking klutz.
He would basically have CTE by now from all the concussions that he's had. In Harry Potter 9, he kills like Ron and Hermione. From having, like, split
psychotic.
personality. Yeah, he goes fucking crazy.
So everyone congratulates him and all that shit. There's a touching moment between him and Dumbledore, and which was brilliantly played by Richard Harris. It was
but again, where the fuck have you been, Dumbledore? You leave this dangerous shit in the school.
Well, we find out much later after the books have been done, but she mentioned that he was gay, so that might have been the time of night where he's like, I'm out. I'm gonna go to the gay club. I'm gonna go get my freak on.
No, he was gone for like a month, wasn't he?
Oh, maybe he went to some like
cruise,
male retreat cruise. Dumbledore and a cruise. Like, check this guy out. He can do fireworks and shit. Come on, Dumbledore. Come over here. Make something shoot out of your dick. Come on.
So let's see. The movie ends with them on the train. And
no, before that, the point system, which they only did for 2 movies, and then they just dumped it.
Right, because it didn't really matter anymore.
It didn't matter. Who gives a shit? You got 50 points. You got -5 points. It's like Celebrity Jeopardy.
It never even mattered. Like it never. Like I thought it was funny, and I'm going off on the books now, where it wasn't Gryffindor or Slytherin winning the House Cup. It was like, Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw. And when they would win it, it was like just a one-liner.
Right. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. yeah, so that never really comes back. Neither does Quidditch. Quidditch is really big in the books, and it
Oh,
doesn't.
yeah.
They kind of abandon that too. I think Azkaban is the last time you
They
see it.
kind of abandoned. We've talked about this
Or
about
Order
the
of the
books,
Phoenix,
but they've
maybe.
abandoned a lot of stuff in the books to go for other things.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works very well. With movie number 5, I didn't. That's one of the least books I like. And that,
Half-Blood Prince, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
no, not Half-Blood Prince. Order of the Phoenix. I didn't like that book, but the movie made it better for me.
Oh, I love.
But it was the
Half-Blood
opposite
Prince.
with the
Yeah.
sixth one. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved that book, and the throw because up until that point, every single tagline for the movie or the rest of the title, it's Harry Potter and
Right.
whatever the and the was in every single movie, it played a huge role. Like in it, like Chamber of Secrets, The Prisoner of Azkaban. The entire movie was about Sirius Black
Right.
and the Chamber, and the Order of the Phoenix, all that stuff there. But then when you get to the Half Blood Prince, it's like an afterthought. And then
It didn't work.
and then when you find out, spoilers, that it's Snape, like you're like, okay. But I had read the book, so I understood like
Right, but the
everything.
way they presented
in
it
the movie, it was
still-
just like a throwaway. Like I'm the
Yeah.
Half Blood Prince. I'm like,
You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about
Okay.
you like an hour ago.
yeah, I forgot about the Half Blood Prince because you didn't fucking make us give a shit about it.
Yeah, they didn't.
So
but that's
anyway, so
here nor there.
let's finish this podcast with this is the first of
This is
getting
part
magical.
1 of 8, I guess. We're gonna do the movies.
Yeah, we can't do.
Who knows
Deathly
when we're
Hallows.
Who knows when we're gonna get to the rest of them? Honestly,
Yeah.
it might be 3 years till we get to the second one.
Oh,
by
speaking
then,
of which,
like, who cares?
we might as well let them know now that we're going to be doing the West Sacramento Intergalactic Expo again this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year, that was our first con. It was a great time. We met some cool people. This year, it's even bigger as far as like the people that we get to interview. It's so that part is going to be really awesome, and they've got some really cool things going on there. So that's the West Sacramento Intergalactic Expo. That's what it's called. May 21st, Sunday at the in West Sacramento, I guess.
The City Hall area.
City Hall area. So yeah, we'll be there interviewing some people. Should we say who we're interviewing? Or they'll just figure it out.
Let's hold off on that.
Yeah, but it rhymes with s'mores. So yeah, that's gonna be fun, and then after that, just back to doing what we're due. So yeah, come see us at the West Sacramento Intergalactic Expo. Say that fucking 5 times faster, I swear.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, forget it. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys join us, come up and talk to us, whatever. We'll give you shit, or we can just, talk about movies. Who cares? Whatever you want. Yeah, we'll talk. No big deal. So anyway, that is episode 81 of Chew on This and Nerd United podcast. I'm BJ.
Vic,
Go get magical. See you next week.
later.